Hey friend, I'm Brandon Gustafson. I help beginners like you launch their assisted living business in the next 12 months. In today's video, we're going to be getting into the key performance indicators, or the KPIs, that you need to run a profitable assisted living business. I also want to remind you to go grab the free underwriting calculator at assistedlivinginvesting.net, big blue in the top right corner. Go grab that free resource to help you make some progress and determine if this is going to be profitable for you or not. Welcome to Assisted Living Investing. Hey friend, welcome back to the channel again. We are talking today about the key performance indicators, or the KPIs, that you need to be aware of so that you can run a profitable assisted living business. There's a lot that goes into running this business, and a key performance indicator really at its core is something that is, they're very simple, easy to digest numbers that are going to let you see the health of the business and understand if you're profitable or not, or which levers you should be pulling so that you can create more profit in your business, create more sustainability in the business to help you be successful. Okay, so that's what a key performance indicator, or a KPI, is, and why you need it for your business. Now let's talk about some of the tools you can use as you are trying to figure out which KPIs you want to be creating and how you're going to be doing this. There's a few tools. Number one is project management software. Things like Asana or Trello or Monday.com. Those types of tools are really good at helping you determine how to kind of keep on top of everything that you're trying to do and run a successful business. So I really encourage you to figure out one of those. Don't use all of them, but go play around with them, watch some YouTube videos, see which ones work for you, and then start using it. I personally use Notion. As it's kind of a green landscape of things that you can do. It's very customizable and you can build it, but if you're not familiar with how to do a lot of that stuff, relational databases and stuff like that, might not be for you. I love it. It works really well for how I manage all of my stuff, and then I can do reporting off of things in there as well. But find a project management software, start using that. It's going to help you be successful and see exactly what's going on in the business. Another one is Excel. Excel is great because it lets you see numbers and lets you get a feel for what those numbers are going to look like, how to use those numbers, and Excel is very readily available. If you can't use Excel, use Google Sheets or use a free alternative of something to really allow you to put things in a spreadsheet. Really good at doing that. Another one is a CRM. So a CRM is a customer relationship management database. I think it stands for customer relationship management. What it does is it allows you to look at individuals and capture their information, have them keep that information. If you have email campaigns or something like that you're doing, it allows you to really kind of stay on top of a lot of that so that you can be sending out emails on a consistent basis, so that you can remember contact information and you can make some good progress with them. So you want to have some kind of a database of potential residents that you could be bringing in, or people that you should be networking with. The more that you are using this type of a tool, the better off you're going to be. So CRM's a great tool. There's free versions. You can create your own. There's all kinds of things where you can pay for it. But CRM's, there's a lot of good information on there that it's worth spending time figuring out how to use that and leverage that tool as you're trying to move forward and fill the beds in your assisted living facility. And then the other one that I want you to be aware of is EHRs. And if you want to learn more about EHRs, then type that down below. Would love to see who's interested in learning about that. But EHRs are electronic healthcare records. They are a way for you to track everything with your business. They can act as a CRM sometimes. They can sometimes track your finances. They can be really good at that. You're tracking resident cares. They're interfacing with your pharmacy. All the things that you need to do to operate a business can really be done inside of an EHR. There's only a few things that can't be. And so it's a really good tool for you to have, and something I highly recommend that you really look into. We personally use ECP and ALIS, A-L-I-S, in our facilities, but there's a ton of other ones out there as well. And I'm building relationships with other companies all the time. And there's a lot of great people out there that are building this for assisted living. And it's something you want to have, this type of a tool for sure. Now, once you have figured out which tools you want to have and spend a little bit of time figuring out what's going to work for you, the next thing you need to do is start using that tool, and you need to start tracking certain things. So I have a few metrics for you that I really want you to dive into and start tracking and getting a feel for, with the understanding that you don't need to do all of these, but tracking them in some capacity is going to allow you to see which levers and things you need to pull, what you need to change in your business to allow you to be profitable and to increase your profit, reduce your expenses, maximize income coming in, all of those things. It's going to allow you to see that. Let's dive into some of these different KPIs that are going to allow you to be successful. The first KPI that I want you to be aware of is occupancy rate. This one is pretty self-explanatory. You have 10 beds, it's your maximum capacity. You have 8 residents in there. Your occupancy rate is 80%. 8 divided by 10. That's it. That's your occupancy rate. You could also do vacancy rate, which is just the inverse of that. You have 2 beds open. You have 10 beds available. 10 beds is what you're licensed for. 2 beds available. That's going to be 20% is your vacancy rate. So pick one of those and choose one of them. But that's a really big one. If you understand what your occupancy rate is and you can see that over time, maybe you're going to see some seasonality. Maybe you're going to see pockets and be like, oh, we were really profitable during this period of time. That's because we were at 90, 100% occupancy. Whereas on the flip side, we were really low here. We're like 50% occupied, and that's really hurting us from a business standpoint. It also is a very easy way to see how many beds you have available. So occupancy rate makes a ton of sense, but it's the most basic and probably the best metric for you to be looking at. Next one is going to be payments. So this one could be the amount of payments, could be timely payments. There's a lot of things around payments that I want you to be aware of, but payments are the lifeblood of your facility, of the business that you have. And if you're going to be successful, you need to have that money coming in. So you need to be tracking that. Is money coming in? Which payments are missing? And what's our process for following up on it? And if there are outstanding payments, following up with them. Payments is key, so you want to make sure that you are following that one, have that be a KPI, and have some variation of either timely payments or paid in full amounts, those types of things. You really want to hone in on that so that you can make sure the money's coming into your business. Next one is going to be staffing, and this can be how many staff you have. It could be your staffing levels over time. Where are you at there? Are you meeting the resident to caregiver ratio you need to meet in your state? What's that looking like? Are you compliant with that one? Something around staffing to make sure you have the appropriate amount of staff, that you're paying them the appropriate amount, and that they're showing up on time and they're showing up for their shifts is really good. You can use software like time tracking software and things like that for this. You can also use HR payroll systems for this, and we have a link for Gusto down below for payroll, so make sure you go grab that. But getting a good feel and understanding exactly how things work from a staffing perspective is going to benefit you a ton. There's a lot that goes into that, and so you really want to have an understanding of the different metrics that you can be pulling and understanding when it comes to staffing. Missed shifts, and this one is associated to staffing, but having some kind of a tool that allows for people to clock in and clock out is going to make sure, number one, you're paying them the appropriate amount, but number two, if they are late or if they are missing shifts, you need to know that, because number one, you don't want staff that are doing that, but number two, it's going to allow you to see, do I need to replace somebody? Is there consistent behavior? What's happening here? Do we still have the coverage that we need in the facility? Who is covering those shifts? You want to see that information. So a big one for you to be looking at there around staffing is missed shifts and what that's going to look like for you. Another one is ADLs tracked, and you're going to do this in your EHR system. So this is going to be, you're going to have care plans for your residents. You're going to say, we need to bathe them, we need to dress them, we need to help them brush their teeth, we need to feed them, and we need to do, this is the level of care. This one is a prompting, this one is we're helping them out, and this one we're doing everything for them. So you're going to have those levels of care. You're going to have the different things you need to do on a daily basis, and then you're going to track it. Did it get done or did it not get done? Was medication passed or not? Was everything tracked? You're going to do all of this inside of your EHR system, and that's going to allow you to see, number one, are we doing the work that we're saying we're doing? It's going to allow you to go back, and if you're doing Medicaid or even private pay, track the amount of work that is being done and demonstrate to somebody, hey, we're doing more than we initially planned. We need to bump the rates up. And that's how you're going to be able to do that. ADLs is huge in allowing you to see work levels for your staff, but also are there ways for you to increase your profitability because you're providing more care and you need to be compensated for the care that you're now providing. Huge one that you need to really get a hold on. Something that I personally, honestly, if I'm being honest, didn't really have a grasp on this, and for about a year and a half after we started operating our businesses, it took me about that long to figure that out. Huge thing for you to have to do. Plus, That's a compliance thing. You're going to need to track this information for auditing purposes and surveys that come to you. There are so many options out there. I've just touched kind of on the surface. I think we hit about 5 of these different ones. There's so many ways for you to slice and dice your business and analyze it and see if it is profitable. If you have a specific ADL that you like to track or that you're interested in learning more about, type that down below, comment it, so I can give you some extra guidance on that. And if we see a lot of a need, then we'll create a separate video to talk about specific KPIs to help you run your assisted living business. I hope this information was helpful to you. Again, we were talking about KPIs. We were talking about what they are, the tools that you can use to do it, and the things that you should be tracking. If you found this to be helpful, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell as well so you get notified every time we put out content like this to help you launch your assisted living business. And if you need help doing that, I'd love to see if I can help you. Go to apply to the mastermind program, alimastermind.com. Simple application, takes you a couple minutes. If I can help you out, I will send you all the details and you can decide if it's a good fit for you or not. And also, go grab the free underwriting calculator, assistedlivinginvesting.net, big blue box in the top right corner. It's going to get you a tool that's going to allow you to see if this is profitable for you or not and help you along the path of launching that assisted living business. Does residential assisted living sound interesting to you, but you don't know how to get started? At assistedlivinginvesting.net, I'm here to help beginners like you launch their assisted living business in the next 12 months. And remember, it doesn't take a lot, just a little bit. Just keep going, keep making progress step by step by step. And I promise you, if you do and you're consistent and persistent, you're going to be successful. Thanks for watching and have a great day.